folks. I hope you've been having a wonderful day. Welcome back to DreamHack Dallas 2019, to the FGC stream where we move along. We saw King of Fighters earlier, then we just finished up with top 24 of Guilty Gear Strive. Now it's time for Smash Ultimate Singles. We're getting into top 24, and here to break down all that action on the mic, I am Kimona from Tourney Locator, and coming in from the Northeast, my boy Ajax.
Finally get to come down here to Texas. Had an amazing time with KOF earlier. King of Fighters, that one. The reason why we're even here, because Sakurai is a big fan of that game, actually brought this out. We get to watch some Smash Ultimate action. We always get to see incredible action, of course, every week on T-Lock. We get to see it here for a big bot bonus attached to it. Of course, everybody wants a piece of that pie, Kimona.
$5,000 pot here at DreamHack. And look, I know that if a lot of you are used to watching stuff like, you know, they've got CS here, they've got Rocket League here, and you go, oh, $5,000 isn't that? Look, we're in the FGC. $5,000 is a big pot. And this is like, you know, mostly a grassroots community. The fact that DreamHack, Jabali, all those guys come here, give us a place to play is phenomenal. And for the Texas scene as well, which just does not get its shine. And this is one of the guys that does not get his shine. The Texas local, Jonhy. Yeah. You may have heard of him.
Also, we also have heard of Chronos. That's the true #1. That's the true #1 on the PR. Everybody remembers that. Got stolen from that #2 spot. That's the #1. So we're going to get Chronos' Snake versus Jonhy's Sephiroth. I love watching this kid work between the usage of Roy, Crom, whatever, but that Sephiroth goes in. It's some of the best movement I've seen. It's some of the best punish game I've seen.
Jonhy is about the movement. That is what makes this kid so special, and it's one of the things that makes Smash so special. When you look at other fighting games, you go, okay, well, now you have the ability to take a little bit more time to position yourself, but Jonhy does it in such a flashy way. We'll see how that goes up against Chronos, where Jonhy loves to get up close and personal, but here he's using that long sword, the Masamune, so that he doesn't have to contest with that CQC game that Snake brings.
Talk about positioning. It matters so much here against Snake, because if you can play around Snake's range, you're not going to take grenade trades. And with that, you have that range attached to Sephiroth, but Sephiroth dies so early. So once you get access to that one wing, you better stay on the move, because that up tilt's going to kill you around 100 fresh. So if Jonhy can keep that movement going, tries to get him at the ledge, already for some deep ball stage, he's going to have to take a jump and probably going to get caught here, Kimona.
Yeah, Chronos realizing immediately, oh, okay, he knows he can counter the Cypher, so I've got to make these high recoveries every time. But Jonhy knows he doesn't have to go high to get those juggles. The back air, Snake doesn't have good air drift, so he is always in range.
That advantage state was so good, the entire first stock. Now it's on Chronos to actually have to play a bit more mid-range. You have to throw your grenades, you have to get up close and get that damage done, but at least for Snake, you do live normally a long time. You have the ability to survive a lot of those aerials from Sephiroth, so you can definitely get yourself back in the game.
But one of his problems is actually a problem for both of these characters in this matchup, is that Snake's a little bit tall, and Sephiroth will be able to spam aerials against him more effectively than against a lot of other characters, as Jonhy picking the great option with the get-up attack will get not able to maintain the stage position. Chronos with some great movement to get that grab.
Yeah, I like the option coverage so far from Chronos. A lot of trying to cover the neutral techs in place, but that's going to be a throw. Try to read the roll away. Yes, he does, but he does not bite. That's 2 times Jonhy got up at the same spot, but Sephiroth, once again, for some reason, evil with that giant sword, so light.
And we thought he was evil, but actually he's on the light side.
Oh my God.
Chronos, though, getting stuffed out. The ledge trapping, like you said, Jonny's ledge trapping is incredible, and that goes hand in hand with being Sephiroth. Chronos falling a little bit too fast to land that forward air, but there he's recognizing, right? I'm tall. Sephiroth can just land with that forward air, so I have got to make good use of that crawl where I am pancaked on the ground.
Unfortunately for Sephiroth, he didn't get to really have a bunch of good mom's cooking growing up. No. She was a little predisposed.
He's a bit famished.
Yeah. Oh, big shield breakdown. That is going to be a fully, actually not even fully charged smash. Just enough. It reached that point. I always like, however, when they go for Giga Flare, but he didn't. So I'm a little sad that we didn't see that, but it's okay. That's another stock.
You know, Jonny's flashy, but he's also pragmatic. He says, look, I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to be, you know, what if it's a multi-hit move? What if it doesn't work? That happens sometimes.
Ouch! You kiss it right. You kiss it right for a whole damn week. Ouch! Oh my goodness.
Are we allowed to broadcast that?
I don't know, but right now Chronos is currently feeling some type of way about that. Almost getting caught by the back air, going for the Ox slash back on. avoiding the C4 at the ledge. Chronos is gonna still catch him at the ledge. 93%. Jonhy has him at kill ranges, but Sephiroth does last for a while. The big thing right now is to get him with a good edge guard that did snag the jump. Never mind, did it, but it forced him on a free ledge trap here.
And with now Jonhy, yeah, I love, again, Chronos using those down tilts because he's going to low profile a lot of these approaching aerials, and that was such a good tech chase by Chronos. But Jonhy, the timing was just right for him. 67, though. Oh, my God.
All right, here we go, trying to get him with the back air. Oh, another down smash at that. He's gonna go for the wall bounce, but he almost reversed it. Oh, if he caught him with the up air, that would have been the game.
Those grenades are so dangerous, but the C4, who saw it coming? Chronos was the only one who remembered, and he had like the DBC power up. He went, gotcha.
That's my number one. That's my number one right there. That's why he got it. But Jonhy laughing it off. That was a good sneak, and that's the thing with Snake. Even when Snake gets pushed to like 100-ish%, he does live for a while, so you have to be careful with how you try to approach. However, because of the weight of Sephiroth, all you need to do is trade a little bit. You'll be fine. If you get sent off stage, you just gotta watch out for the edge guard, and you can sneak one of those kills with the up tilt or the C4.
And again, like you talked about it, Snake just gets to live for so long. Sephiroth is so light. If you are in a comeback scenario as Snake, you don't even have to divert from your usual game plan because you take a grenade trade here or there, you're going to be fine. You're going to outlast that Sephiroth. And we actually go back to PS2 with Chronos getting off to the hot start.
With the 50+% off of one interaction, got him on the C4. It's going to be forcing the air dodge. You're going to have to recover with that. You get hit by the C4 afterwards. Almost a 0 to death already.
Chronos is nasty off rip right now.
Oh,
Jonhy,
he could die.
Oh, I legitimately thought we were going to see an Octo Slash to try to finish that. That's the kind
I
of guy
thought he
Jonhy
was
is.
going to at that point. That's why I figured it, because Jonhy is about the clip. He don't mind, but right now Jonny's trying to play for that money. Going to be able to get through the Nikita. Ended up hitting it with the active hitbox, and Octo Slash sends him away.
And now, yeah, Jonhy dashing in, baiting out that C4 detonation. Chronos does not have any stage presence now against Sephiroth. It is so hard to escape these ledge traps with Snake's limited options. He's just waiting for a commit, and he got it.
Finally catches the F tilt there too. Jonhy just hopping around the ledge, trying to bait and react to whatever the option is from ledge there from Chronos. But Chronos answering right back. I've really liked Chronos' actual air-to-air game when it comes to Jonhy ever being up there. Usually you expect a nair to come out of Sephiroth, but he's always challenging it.
Well, that was my thought exactly, is that Chronos has not been letting Jonhy get away with all of his aerial movement. And we were talking about how good Jonny's movement is, but most of that is consolidated to short hopping, full hopping, being in the air. That's what makes it so impressive, right? Empty lands, things like that. But Chronos has been all over Jonny in those situations.
Yeah, this is still, even with that 36 to 75, we saw how Sephiroth dies early before. So if Jonny has to keep the stage position control up, which these options, again, there's just so much coverage. Getting him with the side B, forcing him to jump out of there because he didn't want to take a down smash. He's been hit by it so many times already.
But Chronos played that really smart too. He saw that Shadow Flare was on. It takes 2 rotations before that will attack you if it's just one. So as the Snake, he realized, right, I just need to put a grenade between me and the Sephiroth. He'll have to jump over that, and I can shield for free.
Yes, now this is still scary territory for Jonny. He has to play max range game. Now he's at kill percent, especially if he gets caught with one of those up airs. And Chronos always landing with safety. He has a grenade when he comes in. Make sure that if there's a nair that happens, but he gets caught by the full range of that down smash, that gets a stock.
Jonny hit him with a big pointer too. He is like, you are going to be right here. And that's been his answer to all those crouches that we've seen from Chronos.
His entire whiteboard got pulled out. I was like, okay, so this is how we're going to deal with your demise. Just point right at it. Yeah, you are definitely going to get hit by that. Octo Slash on the ground has a lot of end lag.
Ooh, and Jonny, yes, I love that. He's been using the extra jump that he gets from being in the one-winged form so well, and to mix up that recovery was huge. And then rolling away from that down air. This could be the end for Chronos, but the perfectly timed air dodge gets him back on stage. Will it last, though?
Oh, look at it again. Jonny continuing to pressure, but misses out on the air dodge read with the up smash. The F tilt's going to be enough to do it, and that's only 52%. This is looking extremely similar to the first game.
Ooh, but these double Shadow Flare is going to put on some extra damage. Each one of those does quite a bit. Once you start stacking them up, Jonny really gets to work with this lead. 107, and he goes out pretty deep. He's not going to be able to get this ledge guard opportunity, but the Snake is still in the corner, and that's a tough place to be against the big sword.
Chronos is going crazy with all these defensive routes that he's taken because he got his jump snipe before. He still made it back with the very early Cypher. Gonna air dodge up, getting away from the counter. Tries to read him on his way in, but the air dodge through is going to be for Jonny, and he gets out of there.
And this is what I'm saying, right? Chronos doesn't change up the game plan just because he's behind. maintained. He knows that he can live a couple more hits, so he's going to keep sticking with what makes Snake good. At 56, Jonhy might be in danger here.
Yeah, like your main win condition right now is finding that F tilt or a back air. So for Chronos, he's just constantly playing in that range that if you do commit to it, he could probably run up after the shield, but the back air finally connects, and that's going to be Jonhy getting himself on the board.
That wasn't even sweet spot back air either. Jonhy just knew that as long as I can give him a haircut with that sword, I'm going to be able to take that game.
I'm pretty sure that, if I remember correctly, Chronos was dash backing as well, so he might have initially been holding DI off to the left, went up towards the corner, and said he changed to DI, so it didn't look too bad, but it was still enough to get the knockout because Snake lives for so long, even at center stage to a back air like that, like you're saying, that was close. That didn't look like the sweet spot.
I love that canonically, too, if you read the Brawl guide, you would know that Snake is canonically so heavy because he's carrying a bunch of equipment. Like, it's literally because he has a bunch of, like, explosives and missile launchers. That's why he's so heavy.
Where he keeps it, none of us know, but we're not going to ask that question.
I think Jonhy got rid of that.
Yeah, Jonhy got rid of the whole package there. He was significantly lighter, but...
Not the package.
I mean, between Brawl to this point, the package was kind of gotten rid of, so but right now, double back airs pushing him off. I think he's going to be looking for a forward air pretty soon. He's conditioning him. Oh my God, this pressure again, same as the first game. He's about to 0 to death him again. All right, never mind. I took it away. I'm sorry.
Jonhy got a little point. You know, commentators curse. We do that often here.
That is a thing. If you are ever betting, you're trying to make sure, believe that we're going to cause disruption soon. But these landing aerials, even with the spacing that he has on that forward air, they're all within range of the grenade explosion still. So this is all beneficial for Chronos as he finds another back air.
And Chronos has been finding such a great rhythm to throw out these short hop aerials or even just empty hop short hops, right? Because again, he's realized where Johnny's doing that good DI to avoid the back air, which would have sweet spotted had he had that DI in. But Jonhy, recognizing that, drifted back and gets to maintain stage control, giving up a lot of it though. Great conversion by Chronos.
He's get out. Yeah, I was about to say he's forced to have to up B there, but he went for the Octa/charge instead of the first one because his jump was gone. So Chronos took the right option to go for forward smash there, which against Sep at 30, that might have killed at that spot. So Sephiroth, luckily Johnny's still alive.
He had rage too, so you can imagine, like, right, kill could come earlier. Johnny's stuck a little bit, stuck with that C4, and he knows that he has to be very wary about his jumps. Now the stock gone.
Full holding left. He disappeared off to the left-hand side. I think Jonhy has kind of caught on to where Chronos tries to fade away. He's always going and fading away. But look at this, like the coverage again. I know I've said it quite a few times, but Johnny's main game plan, his big strength with Sephiroth is his Achi coverage, and he's gotten it to even, but gave up stage kimono.
You don't often get actual frame traps in Smash. Jonhy pulled out one real nicely right there, puts himself right back in this game. Grenades coming through for Chronos right now as he gets the up tilt with the anti-air. One more game will get him the big win, and Jonhy taking some big damage.
You figure that Sephiroth's up smash would be the biggest don't jump in on me move in this game, but that up tilt just always makes people pay for jumping in. 49% on him, trying to catch the jump in, and that was almost a frame trap himself. He had the back air covered to try and catch him with the grab on the air dodge in, but it didn't connect. Now can Jonhy be the one this time to get a dominant last stock the way that we've seen Chronos start things off? He needs to get something going to get it back to even.
He's been dealing with iron rain on this stock right now. Grenades all over the stage, and with that C4 on that platform, right, he doesn't get that opportunity to mix up these jumps inside because Chronos can cover so much, but somehow got his way through.
Komodo is so stressful right now, not connecting on the nairs, looking for the spot dodges, but he gets through with the down tilt, trying to catch him jumping early. Chronos with a big parry, and he's just holding himself in place. He's not really taking too much damage here.
I can't believe all those short hops, none of them got punished, where Jonhy loves to fight that kind of play style. He's got to maneuver around these explosives. This is Chronos getting stage control.
Going for the second stage charge on that, but not going to get anything out of it. Trying to catch him on his way down with the back air, looking for another one, but the back air comes in from Chronos. He has an opportunity here at ledge. He gets him on the late hit of Nikita, but it's not enough. Now he's forced to go high.
And the other Nikita comes down and will explode. A major league win for Chronos right there. 2-1, I guess, lead. I guess it's a best of 5.
Yeah, best of 5 territory for the looks of things because they have not stood up. So we got, which is great. I love that because having those extra games when it comes to Smash, sometimes with how big of a character roster we have, you
have 80? Is that enough?
Yeah, we need more. Okay, where's Master Chief? Well, we need no, we do need more. I don't hear that.
All right.
Give me more. give it to me. But the biggest thing is that sometimes it'll take a minute to get used to the matchup again. And then after that, dealing with the player habits. So having that best of 5 territory lets you get that opportunity to continue to adjust as Chronos goes up 2-1.
Jonhy is also not the kind of guy to, you know, suddenly bring up a bunch of things that he hasn't tried to do before in the middle of a game, right? He has got a toolkit. He is going to use that toolkit. He is generally not going to go for too many crazy things he hasn't practiced before because he knows he has practiced enough to have good abilities. But Chronos right now giving him a lot of answers with the snake. And I like that right now Jonny's just trying to slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Chronos does continue to impress. Being up in the set right now, going to take him out off the top. That the pain and suffering that is Sephiroth going all the way up there, even at that weight. But it's part of the matchup, right? So you have to learn how to get around that. Chronos plays so solidly with the lead, usually getting it close at the last stock, but the early game Kimona has all been Chronos.
It has all been Chronos, and there really hasn't been a whole lot of opportunity for Jonny to shut him down. He's going to have to rely on the C4 to recover, and it will just KO him at that percent. No other option for Snake there, but Chronos will lose the stock nonetheless, and Jonny can only watch the fireworks.
Yeah, if you decide to DI in on that to hopefully like not go off to the left-hand side, or you're gonna die anyways. So up tilt still not enough here. One back air, there it is. He's gotten so many back airs. You were talking about how he was empty jumping around a lot of the shadow flare setups. Now he's catching him on his landings way more with the back air too.
Yeah, he's definitely caught on to the tempos that Jonny's using to land, and especially when he's playing around these platforms, Chronos has really been controlling the game. In comes the shadow flares for big damage, and air dodges the platform. Smart move, but he immediately tried to mash afterwards. Jonny puts him on last stock quick.
Yeah, Jonny facing a trip to the loser's round right now. Does need 2 more games to be able to potentially keep things going. But at 91% here on the side of Sephiroth, you need a big play, and it's starting to happen. The advantage is looking good. He catches another air dodge in.
And he was trying to play patiently around that grenade pole, but didn't quite space it right because the hand on that hilt reached into the hitbox. 81% though. Jonny's got to watch these C4s.
Yeah, he really does. That's how I went before, actually. Where's the C4 right now? It's right in the center, over by the center of that Pokeball. But now you got to watch out for your landings, too. Everything is in favor of Chronos. He's baiting the idea that he'll go for back air again. I guarantee he's looking for up tilt in that spot because he's gone for back air the last few times.
Oh my god, he actually had the tech chase, but Jonny was another level ahead, immediately mashing that down smash. It's not enough to take it though, and the next big hit will take the game. Chronos just needs an up tilt, but Johnny's got stage control.
Oh, he goes off stage with run off fair, but does not connect. Chronos going for the back air, looking for the jump, but he does not get it with the up air. Meanwhile, comes in with the down smash, and he catches him one more time. Chronos had that controlled. Every time they were at max range of Masamune, every time he was right around that range where it could be, okay, it'll be side B, or he'll go for an F tilt. Jumps right over it and covered it. That's some tactical, like, fighting game stuff you see where people see that happy zone. You feel like this is your most optimal position to hit, and he just played around it.
Yeah, I mean, again, Jonny really good at covering the ground, and he loved those empty hops. And Chronos was just maneuvering around that so well by mixing up right between short hops and full hops, always setting up to approach with a bear instead of something like the fair or the nair, because those aren't really approaching tools for Snake. But the bear actually is, because it's such a big lingering hitbox. And, right, you're not up and down like this. Now you're side to side like this. So there's even less of an opportunity to get in.
That's for me.
Like
but
still, can land?
I can land, that's for me. Well, incredible job from Chronos, performing very well with that matchup right there. You know, Sephiroth can be very annoying at trying to let you get anything started, controlling the pace of the game, trying to go for grenade camping. Chronos didn't let him do that at all. But impressive play nonetheless.
Yeah, we'll get to see more of Chronos later. Right now, we go to another match on winner's side of top 32. We have Lima returning to the stage after getting the win with MuteAce in doubles yesterday. Will now be taking on Fox, who had quite the big win over Davey to get here. Fox, I was playing against Fox earlier, and he said to me, yeah, I didn't even realize I was playing to make it out because there was a DQ earlier in the bracket. It was supposed to be, it was supposed to be Waltz's spot in the bracket. Waltz couldn't make it, the Mega Man down from the Tri-City area. And Fox was like, oh, so I took that spot, and then he beat Davey, who is from UTA. And there's been a whole lot of collegiate stuff going on here at DreamHack. But beat Davey, one of the really good unranked players in this region. Fox is another one of them, and he was telling me, right, a lot of people know Fox right now for the DDD. It's been doing a lot of work locally. But he said he is warming up the Terry for this matchup against the Bayonetta specifically because he said, Terrence Bourgeois he does quite well against
You know
Bayo.
what's so funny about the levels of like trickery going on here for Fox? His name's Fox. He's wearing a full Sonic garb. He plays DDD. Like, the amount of mind games going into someone trying to like come into bracket, like, okay, that person right there, they definitely it's gonna be playing Sonic.
Oh,
what's
his
their
name's
name?
Fox?
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay,
A
got it.
Spacey, all right. No,
No.
no, big burb. Now, on the side of that matchup when it comes to Bayo, you have good punish game if you could read the ABKs. That being said, when you get hit by one of those ABKs, you are going for a ride, which is why we're going to see the Terry come out. But in big comparison, also incredible punish game, and one of the things that you can't do too much around Terry that you normally could do against many is the up out of shield. That witch twist can be a bit of a problem when it comes to trying to actively pressure him there. You do that next to an FGC character, you're going to have a hard time.
No, and one of the other things that makes Lima thrive as a player is that he's so ambiguous as to whether or not he's going to cross you up, where he's going to land, right? Oh, is my combo done? Terry doesn't care about that.
No.
Terry does not mind at all. The big key for Fox, obviously, is going to be that, well, first of all, he's not playing DDD, so he's going to get comboed less, although Terry does still get comboed. But, like you said, it's going to be that damage output. He has got to be able to live to pretty high percents against Bayonetta.
Yeah, CFGC crowd, we still have King of Fighters going on right now. It's basically the same thing.
Not like we saw anybody play Terry earlier, but
actually only one. That's true. With the patch kind of knocked Terry out of here, but we'll just pretend that Bayo is Luong right now, which I'm okay with. Giant punch coming out, however, though, that forward smash is so good at covering the, like, Terry doesn't have the best disadvantage state in the game. It's not that good. He has incredible reward on hit, though, and it's time for him to play, which Lima's doing incredible of not letting him touch the ground.
And this is where Bayonetta needs to capitalize. It's very easy to go out too early against Terry, right? His disadvantage is bad, but crack shoot and burning knuckle, as well as the power dunk, all of those can be pretty difficult to contest off stage if you're not on your P's and Q's. But Lima's on it right now, and as long as you avoid the hitboxes, there's enough ending lag that Bayonetta, who can stay in the air as long as she wants, she's basically a fighter jet, she can take him out.
Yeah, Lima has also shown a few times that they understand entirely how to DI around a lot of what Terry goes for. I've seen a couple of good DIs out of some of the jabs, away from down, like upwards out of down throws, so you don't get hit by the up air, up B. And that becomes frustrating as Terry, because you're trying to hunt down someone who's constantly in the air when normally you thrive on the ground, and your jump's gone, so you're forced to have to go for the side B. Does, however, get around it, but does not confirm into anything off the down tilt.
Oh, and
Wrong way.
Yeah, wrong way. Didn't realize that Lima was going to be. And that's one of the only moves where that autocorrect does not come in to help you.
Yeah, it's all based off the input that you actually throw out. For that, you got to get the input super to come out. Trying to get an up smash on a shield, but Lima is just playing around that range, trying to get the back air on the get up. At least going to get smacked with the down smash, but if you go hold on to the gold meter for the next stock, you might. That just missed somehow, though. He
was trying to call out the ABK from ledge, which a lot of Bayos will do. Forward throw is going to kill. Dude, Terry's a beefy boy. I'm surprised that took him out.
Yeah, even Rapid Jab at that point will probably kill now, too, because of the change that happened a few patches ago. Burning Knuckle, though, that'll catch him off the ledge, but Lima has a whole stock to play with, so you can rush down a bit here, get a lot of damage on the trades, just missing out off of a follow-up, but still, actually, Fox got a bit more out of that.
And Fox will do that a lot. He'll do that forward air out of hit stun a whole lot, especially if you show that you're willing to recognize, oh, my combo's over, I'm going to take my time. No, Fox will make you respect him, but Lima will make you respect him, too. The combos to carry you into the corner, and for Lima, it's just another day at the office.
There was a lot of coverage there from Lima, too, because Lima delayed the hits on the forward airs. So wait, if you decide to air dodge, you can fall with them. And you can just get them with the nair and send them away anyways. But if you don't react instantly, you're within a range where, well, you have to press it now. Otherwise, this forward air will follow up. I can stagger the first one if it doesn't hit. But if it does, you're dead.
And the bigger and the heavier you are, the bigger a window Lima has to mix up those forward airs. Because like you said, a lot of people don't want to air dodge because then you're air dodging off stage against a Bayonetta. So it's kind of a catch-22, right? That's what this character does if you get set up into those situations, and Lima's just so consistent with that punish game. But now, game 2, we go to Kalos. Fox just wants a little bit less platform pressure from Lima, where he was stopping him from being able to make those aerial approaches. Now, game plan is much more straightforward.
Back air is going to be a little bit harder to kill. Those edge guards are going to be a little bit harder to kill. And you have the ability to tech the wall now if you have to go low as Terry, because normally you have to go high on a majority of routes. This time, now, you at least have a different way to get around back air.
All right, yeah, you can let Lima hit you into the stage, and that's fine. But again, your game plan is to stand in the center of that stained glass, let the Bayonetta come to you, and see if Lima goes for something like a forced cross-up. Maybe Terry will react for you, just exactly like that. And Fox gets to put him in the corner.
You're saying it correctly. Stage positioning matters so much because Lima could swing around that shield as much as he wants, but eventually one's going to miss. However, you have bats within as an emergency escape option to avoid when you do get caught.
And it comes out so quickly, and now Lima, yep, getting to finish it out with that Nair, doesn't even need to try to go for the fairs. Fox, again, it's all about positioning when it comes to Lima, and it's not even on stage. He makes sure that even after he whiffs his combos as he SDIs out of the jab power dunk, maybe even gets a stock here. Oh my goodness, Fox barely hanging on.
I like how Lima realized that there was not enough resources to actually push right there, and even at 108 where you could potentially win for a double trade, you had stage positioning again on that platform to reset the combo. It didn't, nothing came of it, but that was good awareness.
Smash 4 Lima would have just gone for it. You're right. He would have, and he would have died for it. Fox not quite able to take the stock. The big blast zones here on Kalos coming back to bite him. That Burning Knuckle not able to take it, and Lima again, you see his spacing. He is always making sure that he is within range to react with either a forward air or an ABK. Yep. As long as he's within that range when you're above him, he can get close to you, and that forward smash puts Fox on last stock game 2.
Like that moment right there is one of those, what do I even do? The dash attack didn't kill, but like the on shield pressure has been perfect for Lima. There's no other way to put it. Dancing around with the witch twist, dancing around with any of the the ABKs, and also always putting enough pressure with the forwarders. But we've seen Fox get a few times where he gets a read, he finally gets a kill there with the side B, but it took so long because he had like every other up air stuff he went for just didn't connect.
I will say it was really key that he parried the right hit of that up tilt to make sure that he was able to come right in with those jabs, because otherwise you can get scooped into that later hit and then you're done. Lima gets to combo you. Now Fox, can he get this ledge trap on Lima right? He has a chance at a comeback. Terry is literally has a comeback mechanic. Yeah. Will he be able to make it happen?
That's the biggest thing here is you actually need to find your hits to make this happen in the first place. Easier said than done because of how mobile Bayo is. That's a big opportunity right there. Get straight up to 58. It's not going to be enough to kill yet, but you catch another one of those, maybe a geyser, might take it out pretty soon.
But Lima, that's your jump. Yeah, this whole sequence got set up by the fact that Fox was just mashing those power waves at the ledge, and he did get a couple of hits on it, but Lima saw, right? He did that 5 or 6 times in a row last time that situation came in, and he realized, yeah, he's just going to keep pressing that, and hey, look at that. He's in my ABK range, so I just dash right in there with my burst movement, knock him off stage, and Terrence does not come back.
Nope, and that is a big struggle. Now, Terry McGinnis would have came back. he has the back here.
He's got the range.
He's got the grapple hook. He would have made it. But
we're not playing multiverses, though.
But hey, look, eventually it'll be in there.
Eventually
it'll be in there. But right now we're struggling. But when it comes to what we're seeing out of, I like what Fox's Terry is doing. The biggest thing is that when he has actually found punish opportunities, the patience has been good. Bats within. He had multiple times where he had an up air read, bats within. Went for a back air follow-up, and Lima's movement got out. So it's always just missing the punish, which is normally counteracted by, okay, I'll grab more or something. But Lima's always in the air. So he's got to find an opportunity somehow to get these actual aerial punishes, otherwise Lima's going to walk away with it again.
And what makes that so tricky also, to add another level to it, is that one of the things that makes Lima's Bayonetta so unique is that he is always on board for landing mix-ups. He is so hard to lock down. He will use every last one of those Bayonetta resources until you give him an avenue down to the ground.
That's why the on-shield game has been so good. He just baits around it, almost like Dr. Mario trying to put a tornado on your shield.
Yeah.
Except Bayo gets to do it 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, that is going to force him to have to mix up his options. And he waited again. That's so smart. It's like, okay, you either air dodge right now, you're forced to go low and I chase you, or I just do it. I don't care if you still had a jump.
Oh my god. And the reaction, seeing that Fox DI'd behind him, immediately optioning into those up airs. Lima! No! It does not matter. You said that Fox was converting, but Lima has just been on point. He has not dropped anything.
This is now turned into speedrun any category. Terry Bogard trying to get in, but he's going to send him back out early. Side B, doesn't matter. Lima covers it. Going to go out there and chase him, looking for the high recovery. Fox is struggling and just not get hit by the forward smash. Still gets to fight for a little bit longer and finally gets a stock.
This game might be going fast. It's taking my breath away, and he got the wind knocked out of him with that forward smash. Lima absolutely leveling Fox in that final game, and that was the definition of why that set went the way it was, because when Lima got his opportunities to get things started, he just made them out of thin air, and then he made them count.
I know that y'all can hear us out there, okay? Lima, you're a bully. You're a bully. That was me.
We know that.
That was me. This man paid menu to be here, okay? But still, incredible. That's what we need to do to that character. We talk about like poor disadvantage, and that's what you have to do. You have to control the pace of where they land, and you need to make them feel uncomfortable when they're coming in, because Terry is a whole menace on the ground. But with the character who has that many options to cover landings, make sure you smother him, because otherwise you're forced to fight him on the ground. And even though Lima was playing around that shield pressure amazingly, every time I was off stage, it was borderline, like, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is the fact that Lima is, you know, top-level player. He is consistent, and he does not drop those things. And guys, I hope you do not drop the stream right now. We're going to go to a quick break, but stay tuned here to DreamHack Fighters. We'll be right back with more Top 24 of Smash Ultimate.
And welcome back, everybody, to DreamHack Dallas. $5,000 pop bonus attached to this top 32 bracket that we continue to move through right here down in DFW. I am having an incredible time. We've had some amazing matches already to start things off, and I get to continue to do this with you, which is my first time down here. I'm having a blast.
Hey, dude, again, I'm so happy to have you down here.
Lucky to be here.
Experience down. Yeah, you had a messed up time trying to get down here. But
Chat, for those of you who don't know, 3 canceled flights and 7 delays later, I somehow managed to get my way into Texas. They were trying their best to keep me from getting into this building.
He was supposed to get in at like 9:30 on Thursday, and
7 a.m. on Thursday.
7 a.m. on Thursday, and instead he got in at
1 a.m. last night. But luckily, I got to be here to see this match because we got Shadic and we got Kazuya Mishima. We got BRR coming up here. This is going to be a really good match.
Yeah, I mean, the two of the most prolific Texas players, right? Shadic is, you know, the kid prodigy, top 3 in the state. Everybody knows that this kid is, you know, one of the biggest up-and-comers in the world, right? And BRR, the #1 in Dallas-Fort Worth. At this moment, though, Shadic is the one looking dominant.
Shadic is about to get a 0 to death. Complete dominance of this entire first stock.
Wow,
Complete 0 to death. Shadic is one of the future top best players in this game. I've been saying it for a while. A lot of people have been seeing it, but he is so good. However, Kazuya can even this game up within a second if he gets one of these Electric Wind God Fists or a down throw into one soon. So Shadic's got to be very careful as we see him playing around the platforms very well to make sure he doesn't get hit by one.
Yeah, I mean, that is, again, Shadic has played this matchup enough to know that, right, I just got to be out of range of any of the burst movement that Kazuya has, and then I've got the disjoints to put up with that. But BRR mashing off the ledge right there does get his way back on, and there, again, there's that retreat from Shadic, and I love the stall with the pin.
I actually like that, too, because that pin, if you jump into that, you take the sweet spot. But if you respect it, now you get to land for free because he's going to land with a nair. And then another sweet spot. Speaking of that time on the ground with the pin with a 2-stock lead.
The way that this kid takes control of matches is incredible. And there you see the fundies coming through as well, knowing how to DI out of those Kazuya combos. And 63, it goes on quick. Corrin is a damage machine.
If you ever were curious on what advantage state meant, take a look at what we've seen out of Shadic. Shadic has been playing the game solo, borderline for the entirety of this match, just because of how he's invalidated all of the defensive options out of BRR, and that is a 3-stock coming in on the side of Shadic.
I have not seen somebody beat BRR like that since literally I watched him play MK Leo at Low Tide City last year. Like, Shadic dominant in that game, and in a way that, right, like you said, he was basically playing a single-player game, and
yeah,
that's kind of how he got started playing this game, right? He didn't have anybody to mentor him, right? He didn't have anybody to show him the ropes, especially not with this character, right? He's been playing the Corrin longer than Leo's played the character. You know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Whoa.
That's what this kid has done. And BRR, switching to the Inkling, this was his main before the Kazuya and before the Terry, which has since been dropped.
It's been a while since I've seen it, and like, I think the biggest thing, like, for BRR, you got to make sure you rebound well from that, right? Like, yeah, you get cooked, but you have to keep your mental composure and figure out how to get back in, because otherwise your defensive options become super obvious as the match goes on, and that's what Shadic is thriving off of, because Corrin's a frame trap machine. But the switch here to Inkling, kind of surprising a little bit. You do get a lot of free ledge traps because of the size of the stage. That's if you ever get to touch the ground, though, because Shadic is once again just controlling the aerial space beautifully.
Well, and that is what Corrin will get to do on the stage, right? The ledge traps are good for Inkling. They're just as good, if not better, for Corrin. And a great match for Shadic. Does avoid that forward smash, but now BRR up throw up air, too much range to make it work.
Should be in the range, actually still out of the range now. That is a small window that you have to make that work, but you need to capitalize when you can. And the forward airs now are reaching where Inkling struggles. Inkling struggles to get that stray kill. Back throw, however, at the ledge with enough pummels will do it.
Yep. BRR, again, this is what makes his Inkling so good, is that, you know, BRR has a background as a melee player, and one of the things that's always been so impressive about his Inkling is his aerial drift and his mix-up game when he is putting the pressure on you. That's what makes his Inkling so fun to watch.
Yep. I think what I'm liking so far out of BRR's Inkling too is that simplicity is key for it. Like, you'll see a lot of Inklings who try to go for really big strings, which they have good bread and butters, right? But then sometimes they'll go a little bit too aggro in some of those spots. Option coverage right there. Catch him on the roll away with the roller. That up air is not going to connect, but he does catch the drop down with the forward air, still keeps position, and a big lead here, Kimona.
Yeah, I mean, this is, again, the Corrin is so impressive, and Shadic finally able to get that first stock. and now he's going to have to try to put the pressure on Burr as he's in the corner.
Oh wow, straight forward there too. I think it might have been that might have partially been Shadic trying to fade out, or because that is not a super strong move to find that kill there. But we're seeing now Shadic is struggling a little bit to find the landing control, but he still has an opportunity to get back into this game the way he was putting that damage on the with that first one.
Now Shadic. Man, again, locking down this movement has been the big problem. That's normally one of the things that Corrin is so good at, is just taking a space and just saying, it's mine, right? This belongs to me, but on Smashville even, he hasn't been able to establish that. And look at the amount of times Burr's been able to put all this ink on him, too.
Yeah, Burr is just capitalizing so well and using the small range of movement that you have available to you on here. Also, that is huge. That's the 4th time I've seen Burr, between the neutral beat or a forward air, get onto stage aggressively. Shadic finally takes the stock, but Burr is consistently getting back on stage very aggro, and it's working. And
it's something that you're not allowed to do as Kazuya, right? But as Inkling, you have so many options.
Oh, good defense. The up throw up air, not enough once again, but Shadic avoids the follow-up forward air. This is a big opportunity here for him.
I don't even hate that high recovery too, because Burr knows, right? Shadic might go for something crazy to cover that ledge, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of extra damage to make sure that I live, and that time doesn't drop any confirms. Up air gives Burr his first game of the set. We're tied up 1-1.
Amazing defense from Burr when Shadic finally got a ledge trap, because Shadic was getting so much reward on hit before that match, like in the previous match, that one ledge trap could have led to an even game. But he chose the right route. He got defensive on that last time. We saw all those aggressive approaches, and Burr with an incredible mix-up to that defense, that Inkling absolutely being the answer.
And I love that he's going to go ahead and stick to it too, because, you know, honestly, I saw the Kazuya, and it just seemed... It seems Burr has on and off days with the Kazuya sometimes where either the movement isn't clean or he's just a little bit too hyper-focused into looking for specific combos. But the Inkling is just, again, based on all of the years of experience that he's had playing Smash, where it's just a clean, I'm going to sit back into the recliner, right? This is comfy for me. And he just never loses that zone. But will he be able to take control of the stage as well as he did on Smashville when the ledge trapping is going to be taken away from him? Because like you said, AJ, that was one of the big reasons he won that game.
Yeah. And I'm not too surprised that we end up on small battlefield, because if you're Burr, you look at how that match went, you ban PS2. Or if PS2 is under DSR, then they're not going to be able to go back to it anyways, right? So you try to keep it so you have a smaller-ish range to work with, similar to Smashville, but if you're Shadic, you're trying to find those double platforms again to get that mix-up. And also, I appreciate y'all for picking good music. Thank you.
Yeah, we can thank Shadic for that. I'm honestly, we need to do the TK Breezy where we just set all of the Tekken music.
I'm about it. I'm about to do that tomorrow.
We're on the FGC stream anyways, right? Turn on the KOF music.
Yes, everything. All the Tekken music, all the KOF music is so good. But now, Shadic's advantage state, good again.
Oh,
catches him. That is not enough to take him out, but you have to watch out for the back air. Good. That was a really good stall from Burr, because Shadic was trying to time it to catch that up E.
Ooh, and then trying to challenge the pin, very ill-advised, but Burr's still able to win. And again, there's that aggressive landing we were talking about. Burr does get the stock taken away, but that was the moment he needed to get back on stage.
Constantly getting back on with that, but at least for Shadic, he's capitalizing better in center stage. Big damage coming in here. Again, frame trap machine. You can air dodge all you want. You can try to jump. You're getting hit regardless.
I'm just amazed that he got 59% off of Burr just missing a forward air, and he got comboed out of the up B. Like, that was all true.
Yeah, like, but Shadic has really good reward on hit, getting maximum damage where he can, tries to get him. Oh, it does not get, I think he wanted to find either the reverse up air or the back air to kill there, but didn't connect. It's okay though. That is going to be a stock loss when you got him all the way up to 95%.
Yeah, and this is definitely a situation where Corrin, I mean, you can play under a platform and fish if you want to, but if I know Shadic, he's going to stay aggressive. There's that back hit of the up air you were talking about. That is so strong. And look at his recognition, right? He knows when he's whiffed in a way that you're going to want to counterattack. That was one of those situations.
Number 7, these keep going up, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, you're going to have to fix that problem now, because you're staring at a 19% fresh stock on the other side of it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Burr drop down for another forward air to look for a jump, because we've seen him go for it a few times, but you try to snag that early stock right now.
It might even be that he's trying to condition something big out of that, but here's Shadic again. These early percentage combos, he just does not drop them, and there's an amazing recovery from Burr.
He's constantly mixing it up, too. Even with the aggro, he's mixing it up. That's the most important part, because if you do the same thing every time, you're going to get figured out. And Shadic's starting to try and adjust to that timing. These back airs, though, you still have to respect them. That is one of the best back airs still. But catch it. Oh, Oh, didn't get the side B.
Yeah, didn't get the sweet spot of that pin, but he's getting plenty of damage elsewhere. And there, as you were talking about earlier, the forward air into back air is a consistent confirm. I mean, he doesn't play Wolf, but it sure looks like it.
Yeah, it feels like it that time. That back air is really strong. Yeah, I think Corrin, I know this could sound cliche because, yeah, hey, we're seeing Shadic and like even the performance that Leo did before, right? But Corrin suffered from the whole, you don't see the character, so people assume they were bad, right? This character is a frame trap monster with a lot of confirms that we are seeing finally show up here, being used by Shadic for good reason. But now we're going to see Kazuya on Smashville, where we saw the Inkling last time. Bird not feeling comfortable enough with it, going in with his best guns potentially. Could lead to a 0 to death. Misses out on the final hit, though, to get that other nair.
Yeah, and that was good DI by Shadic, right? You can get away if you're good enough on the DI and if your opponent is just a couple of frames off. But now Shadic is going to put BRR in the corner. Will he be able to pick up the sledge trap, though? Because that's where he was doing so well against the Kazuya earlier. Looks like BRR's having a better time getting up close, though. Yeah,
BRR almost getting a stock if he connected on that side B, but Shadic was jumping at the time. Now Shadic forces the jumps, and yeah, you have to get aggressive there, and you can't do that every time because that counter does exist, and he's out of range to get the confirm onto the back air. Or that wasn't a true confirm, but he tried to connect with the back air.
Now, a little bit too late. It messed up the inputs a bit, but sitting at 102, he's got the rage drive, so all he needs is one whiff from Shadic before it runs out, because do enough percent, or if Kazuya whiffs the move enough, he won't be able to use it anymore. But at just not, well, that wasn't even the rage drive. That was just a regular Hell's Gate.
Yeah, because it was the aerial version, so it doesn't end up using it, but ends up going down anyways, and he was getting near the percent windows where he was going to lose the rage drive regardless from damage. But straight up, as damage output, he's lucky he got rid of it when he did, because that would have been 40 plus.
Man, Shadic, I love that he went for the fair into pin there, knowing that if he does that forward kick, he's going to land on stage, and BRR is going to be very far off and can't get a counter hit. So it's a perfect spacing to do that. BRR dropping his electric combos, though, and now he's going to pay for it dearly.
Shadic constantly getting away with, like, everything. Oh, here we go. Oh, he tries to get him on the coverage on the platform with the firm stack or something, but he didn't go for the down air, and Shadic DI'd out towards the stage again to avoid the follow-up.
Normally, people are just so afraid to DI in on anything like that, but Shadic recognized, right? That's the only thing that's going to keep me from landing on the platform, and that will be death. Speaking of, you get caught in that chainsaw at a high percent, you're getting stuck into that forward smash because it will get fully charged.
I like what he did with it, too, because, that is not going to be enough because, yeah, like, not going to be enough just yet, but another one. Oh, trying to catch him, but he didn't get him on the, like, neutral get up either. But for Shadic, it's like, if you just could get a couple straight hit aerials, you're living on borrowed time with this stock back here. We'll take it. You had to get as much damage as you could. Didn't really get too much out of it.
And BRR just going straight to the ledge to avoid damage and then takes a healthy 30 anyways. Getting back to center is going to be the problem because when Corrin gets the ledge traps, like we said, Shadic seldom drops them, goes very deep, and he's still alive, but it's BRR at center now.
He got sent so far away, too. That was an opportunity. This could be a big one here for BRR, but realizing that he's not been able to get too big of follow-ups, he just goes for the up air.
And you can't challenge that Corrin up B like that. I know that it's tempting, right? There's always a possibility, and BRR actually gets body blocked there at the very end because of the hurt box, pushing him away a little bit, putting air dodge to the ledge. Shadic gonna dispose of the Kazuya 3-1, as well as that game win over the Inkling. BRR got on the board, but could not move on into top 8.
The big thing, too, is that Shadic's positioning forced that up B early away from the ledge because you want to fade in, hopefully to get in, but because Shadic was out there, you have to respect the potential of getting hit, for one, by a trade up B yourself from Corrin's up B, and two, the back air. So try to fade out, hoping the air dodge would catch in, but incredible play again from Shadic, consistently performing super well with this Corrin, and this kid, the kid's just good. Like, there's no really other way to put it. He's really smart at the way he covers landings. This new gen is out here.
I'm telling you, it is hard to believe that that kid's only 15, because I remember at Low Tier City 7, he was 12.
My God.
And he beat Dambi, who's like number 2 or something on the DFW PR, or somewhere in that range. And he only gets better every day. And hey, top 8 at DreamHack, you know you're going to get paid out now out of that $5,000 prize pool. I call that disposable income.
Also, real quick shout out to Shadic, because if you were at Collision, you'll hear from a few people. One of the favorite moments for a lot of us is being behind Shadic when he popped off when Shadic won a round against Cosmos and he yelled, "That's my son!" I love supportive parents. I love the fact that there's so many people who are out here allowing their kids to come out to stuff like this, like the Rocket League crew over there. You see a lot of them who started early, and like with CSGO as well. We're seeing that with Smash, and we just saw it with Didi over at MomoCon.
Yeah.
Like, it's continuing to happen, and it is just great to see every single time.
I love to see the support for the young talent, especially like from the parents, right? And like Danik is not only like, oh yeah, you go son. Like, no, he recognizes that his kid has talent and believes in him. And here's somebody that I believe in heavily. This is Beastly, who has never been PR'd in DFW yet, but he certainly will be this season based on his current performances. He's going up against BullHall, who I believe is from Austin. Don't quote me on that, but I know he is from a little bit further down south in the Texas. He's bringing the Incineroar out from RGV, actually, same region that Shadic is from. But yeah, going up against Beastly, who has been on such an improvement, just a meteor rise lately, and he's getting sent down with the meteor.
I see exactly why you're saying you have faith in this man right now. Going straight off the rip with a free 0 to death. After you catch the jump on Incin, he's forced to either lone whip low or go for the early up B and hope the air dodge in. That was amazing coverage, but BullHall has completely started to answer right back.
I mean, look, BullHall got top 32 in Low Tide City this year. I mean, he played amazingly, but you're going up against Beastly, who is an amazing Ness, as well as many other characters. But I'm an Incineroar player, and I played against Beastly many times, and let me tell you, this matchup sucks for Incineroar.
I will tell you right now, as somebody who unfortunately actually, that's not unfortunate. We have 10, count them, 10 Incineroars in the state of Connecticut. 6 a.m. Chavo being two of the big reasons. I think part of it has to do with the fact that WWE is there, but this character is not bad.
He's nuts. Like, the damage output that he does is so crazy. He touches you, you're going to take a ton. The problem is he loves whiff punishing. That's where he thrives. Because he's so slow, he can't really force the issue. And you're not whiff punishing Ness. I'm sorry to say, you just don't whiff punish that kid.
Exactly. This character, like the aerial option coverage, or quote-unquote mashing, as people will, just putting out all those aerials, keeping you from jumping, forcing Incin to have to approach from the ground, who's super slow. That allows you to get free damage majority of the time. But for Incin, you always have that clutch factor of the alone whip and the damage output you can get. However, the recovery really poor against the ledge traps that Ness can put out there.
I mean, the yo-yo is able to stop all of your low recoveries. Is Beastly not able to start anything off the PK fire, and he could have gone to the ledge. Beastly didn't dangle the yo-yo off, but BullHall thought he had to contest the yo-yo. Didn't. Beastly got him with that anyways, and now sitting at last stock against, well, this train has no brakes.
Yeah, oh, good anti-air up smash right there, but I like how Beastly's starting to recognize these short hot fair positions from BullHall. He was getting away with a few of them at the first stock, and now he's covering the spot dodges, anti-air up smash again though. You can only jump so much, and now we're at one of the worst positions ever. Last stock against Incin, because Incin is super frightening. The moment he gets access to that revenge, it'll make you panic.
Yeah, and that will happen as a Ness who is very light, right? You get put in a corner, and if you get hit by the wrong punish, like now if he revenges anything, gets an Alolan Whip anywhere near the corner, Ness might be dead.
If he was not still in end lag, he would have went over there to try and cover that platform with a Alolan Whip, but the back air is going to be enough, and we're going to see Beastly get the first round.
That is exactly what happens when you try to whiff punish Ness. Oh, his aerial is done. Let me go in. Oh, there's another one.
There was another. There is always another. Whether it be from a back air, a nair, a side magnet, or chop down,
up air,
PK fire, and sometimes up air. Yeah, the late hit up air confirms into stuff. There is always something that's going to happen again. It's the good Nesses who know how to mix that up. They change the timing on it, and then they catch you trying to hold shield because you think there's another aerial. So as frustrating as it can be, the entire thing is to condition you into shield so Ness can get his favorite thing, grabs.
For those early kills, and things will be a little bit more difficult for Beastly here as we go to Smashville for Game 2. Pretty infamously an amazing Incineroar stage because the actual on stage is very small. That means that slow movement speed that Incineroar has does not matter as much, but also he gets those small blast zones on the side, and he loves that too.
Yeah, minimal amount of range you have to get in on somebody who's trying to space you out matters so much, but the big difference here is that Beastly is adjusted around that by instead of playing full pressure, he's playing out of, like, he's always fading back with the aerials now, whereas before he was fading in to push BullHall to the corner. Now BullHall gets a down tilt into the back air off the ledge, so even after that nice early lead, he gets the first stock.
And BullHall looking bullish right now. I mean, he has not been afraid to throw out those down tilts at the ledge, because that is disjointed at the foot. For some reason, Incineroar's foot is a sword. And against Ness, that can be very helpful, but on those landings, Beastly just drags you right down into that yo-yo. We go to even stocks, but taking the jump, I don't think BullHall realized it, but it doesn't matter. The down air to take the full stock lead.
I love the confidence in all of the ledge traps and the edge guards from BullHall. And now with the lead, Ness has to approach. There's no other way around it. And that is the perfect thing for Incineroar, because now you can start playing very well. I was just about to mention that. That is the third or fourth anti-air up smash we've seen. BullHall knows how to play out of shield against Beastly right now.
I mean, this is just, do you ever want to approach a Potemkin? Do you ever want to approach an Abigail? Have you ever tried? That's what approaching Incineroar.
You ever tried boxing with Zangief up close? That's what happens. You get cooked. Down tilt to back air is going to take him off to the left-hand side, and BullHall gets it back to an even game. And I'm seeing exactly why, you know, you talk about number 2 just behind Shadic in his area for good reason. He's actually looking very solid.
I definitely used every single bit that Smashville gave to him, and I feel like one of the reasons that he did really well was not only just the stage, it was also because he caught on to a lot of the tempo that Beastly was at with the Ness. So he's going to switch into his deep, deep pockets. Beastly has legitimately about 12 tournament-ready characters. Rob is one of them that he has practiced for specific matchups. Incineroar is not one of them, but if you have Town and City available as a Rob, you never let that go.
So for you, in terms of seeing the history behind why he constantly switches and also being on the Incineroar, why do you think Beastly primarily decided to switch up to Rob besides the Town and City because of what was happening with that Ness?
I do think that Town and City is one of the biggest reasons, right? You have the ability to go away from the Incineroar, utilize your projectile game, but Beastly's also been very confident with this Rob as of late, and he's been pulling it out for more and more matchups. The only problem is, right, that the punish game isn't on par with a lot of the other really good Robs that we have in Texas, so we're going to see BullHall be very, very wary of, okay, this is when I have my chance to get away, right? That down tilt you whipped, I get my free neutral beat.
And what's funny about this matchup overall, that lone whip's gonna take it there on Town and City. On paper, you would think Rob versus Incin, gonna be kind of rough, right? But there's a lot of stuff that activates Revenge, and Rob, being as big as he is, becomes combo food at points for those up air chains. Yeah. And it's pretty easy to hunt it down with a lone whip. So Incin can still do fine in this matchup as long as the Rob is constantly playing around that mid-range, which he's doing right now.
Great read on that mash, though, from Beastly. You either have a 50-50 of, do I down throw if he's going to mash very quickly afterwards, I go for an up tilt, or I could go for the up smash immediately if he's not going to. But Beastly chose right there. The stocks are back to even, and again, we saw it earlier. He had a setup for a pretty nasty 0 to death, but couldn't actually get it because the execution wasn't on point.
If I'm Beastly, I've noticed Beastly not really. Oh, never mind. Okay, not gonna get the kill. You really needed that. You needed to finish your food there. But BullHall has gotten away with a lot of landing aerials, as you see, like quite a few in a row. He's very aggressive at a disadvantage. If Beastly starts to catch on to that, he's gonna be able to rock a pretty good lead and up. Oh wow, what a mashup!
Amazing mash. And see, in those situations at lower percents, you don't even get the chance to go for the up smash. But Beastly, with that devilish Rob back here, gonna be taking the lead. And now, again, like you pointed out, right, BullHall's gotten away with so many of those landing aerials. Beastly is not letting him do that. That's why he was winning that game 1. That's why he's making this comeback in game 3.
Yeah, now it's on BullHall, but he catches him just holding shield directly in front of Incineroar. I'm taking the up air trade every time there, but BullHall is going to get himself a pretty, that was a very important stock right there. At least he still had the jump to mix up the time to get around the down air.
And Beastly, yeah, just playing with the space very smartly, but charging the gyro just gives BullHall the opportunity to get right in.
Max damage, too. I'm loving these strings from BullHall, never dropping an opportunity to get extra damage out of any of these strings. I've seen a couple falling up air reset attempts, too, but trying to get the air dodge down, expecting a back air maybe, but instead, we're going to see Darkest Slayer not get punished.
And Beastly just didn't have something ready. His primary instinct was to not get the shield broken, run away, but then at that distance, you couldn't make it up. And BullHall has the Rob at 114. Any down tilt at the ledge can lead into a back air or a forward tilt, which can kill. Beastly, though, he gets his own down tilt. The tech chase catches the air dodge. Can he get another? BullHall does escape.
The amount of times we've seen BullHall mash out of that has been immaculate. You can't even get it now. Now you're looking for hopefully an up throw. It is going to be enough even here on Town and City. Completely fresh up throw is going to take that stock. We see a little bit of frustration coming out of there. The main thing is keeping your composure after that happens. It gets frustrated because you have that lead. You have the ability to zone out. He found it, but it is a best of 5, so there's still an opportunity to get back in.
Beastly uttering the, sound alike for a waterfowl, knowing that he was so close
Esports phrase.
to winning that game, right? The Rob nearly worked out, but just dropped a couple of punishes, and he's still going to stick with the Rob here, instead going to Battlefield. And as good as BullHall looked in a couple of spots on Town and City, this is an amazing Incineroar stage.
Yeah, and look at BullHall switching it up now. BullHall swinging out of disadvantage every other time, decided to go for revenge, but Beastly was waiting for the swing, so spaced around like what would be in there, and now Beastly getting 87% completely unchecked.
Missing the gyro. Usually as a Rob, you want to set the gyro right on the ledge so that it lingers. Didn't have the right spacing. BullHall, time to play Mario Party, buddy. Hope you know how to match. He does live that up air, but Beastly hasn't been touched yet, and he won't be on the first stock with the Whopper and Cheese Deluxe to finish.
That was one of those frustration, I'm gonna body you type stocks. We just saw Beastly just destroy that first one, and he's still going. He's not getting hit by entities landing aerials now. Trying to catch him down here. BullHall doing his best to get back on, but suffering.
Oh my God. And the jump was saved.
Excuse me, the jump was saved. I thought he got hit by the jump on the gyro, so BullHall gets to hold on a little longer.
Beastly, for an entire minute in this game, immaculate, has not been touched. The paint job is pristine on the Rob, and he is just continuing to have it go.
Don't let it be you.
The magic is gone for BullHall.
Don't let it be you. Now you're on the DreamHack stage alone. What finally gets a hit, 25% straight up. But like you said, a minute plus, and still going with dominance here for Beastly over BullHall this round.
25% is all you got to show for it, and it's just that BullHall's been in disadvantage and hasn't picked the right option in any of the guessing games a single time.
Oh my God, advantage is getting better now, but the big thing here is this is your game to lose. You can't, keeping your composure, making sure you play with the lead proper, because sometimes what happens to people in this spot is they start rushing in when you have the lead. When you do that, that gives BullHall free opportunity to get punishes, and we're seeing it kind of happen now.
Again, as an Incineroar, you love somebody running in and approaching you. And
Hold forward, please.
Beastly is one of my best friends, and I'll tell you, I've seen him lose these. I have seen him lose these, and BullHall says, I know that I can win these two. Gets the down tilt to back air at the ledge. Still has to bite through 2 full stocks. And this is a Beastly that looked like he was living up to his tag at the start. But BullHall still solid.
They're rushing like a bull in a china shop right now, just running through every single option as it's going on. He was not getting hit at all. He was getting hit. Excuse me. He never got a hit before. Now he's not getting hit at all. And he's about to get this down to last stock potentially here.
He's been very, very careful about not letting Beastly trade in nickel and dime. Good DI on the up air lets him live. And did the jump get taken? Beastly did take it, but didn't realize it. But neutral get up right into the down smash. Never the right option there. And that means we go to game 5.
I think even if he got away from that, if he got sent off stage one more time, he air dodged to ledge like 3 times in a row. So at some point, we were going to see Beastly start to look for that option. Now that's probably going to be thought about like going into the next game. But for Beastly, you had a good lead, and the Incin's going to rush you down at some point, but he was kind of contesting it up close. Everything you get from range is better. Every aerial trade you get is better in that spot. Because at least if you get hit in the air off that trade, you're back to neutral. And that damage racks up over time for the Incin. However, though, we get a game number 5 Komoda. I'm loving it. This has been an incredible set so far.
And we go to Battlefield, a small Battlefield from Battlefield. And I love this from BullHall. The reason why is that Beastly did such a good job of controlling the ground game that Battlefield worked out for him, because if Incineroar can't start juggling you on Battlefield, you're not going to start taking damage. That's why he loves that stage. And the only way he can start juggling you is if he gets control of the ground. Beastly never let him do that, so BullHall never found him on top of him, never built up that damage. Now on small Battlefield, there's a little bit more of a chance that Beastly can't just hang out above him and just chill.
Yeah, the out of shield game has definitely gotten better for Beastly. One thing I do like what I'm seeing out of BullHall, it didn't work the last time, the last read he went for, but he's been covering spot dodge well, but the up air is going to take the stock.
Beastly loving the small Battlefield right now, giving him the help to land that. BullHall tried to go off stage with that side B, but didn't jump, or at least the input was a little bit too late. So Beastly does get his trip back on stage. One down tilt, and then he reacts to that landing.
Yeah.
And again, here's the Vortex, where Beastly just controls the ground game so well.
Yeah, aggressive Nair off the ledge, gets him back on, gets around the gyro setups he was looking for, but Beastly is going to get caught up by a lone whip. This is an opportunity for BullHall. BullHall taking 90%, but we mentioned it before. Incineroar, one of the scariest characters to fight on last stock. You have to keep this lead.
Beastly gonna go for another down throw. We've seen amazing matches, but these amazing chases from Beastly as well all day on these tech chases. BullHall just storming right in with that dash attack, evening up the stocks 2-2.
You mentioned how Texas loves Rob. Well, you can tell that the Texas players know how to deal with it because BullHall refuses to be kept in the ground. But oh, if Gyro wasn't in the way with Revenge, that was an enormous amount of damage that was about to go on.
And the only reason BullHall got hit by the gyro after is because that hitbox of the Revenge, when it activates, pushed the gyro towards Beastly, and he didn't see it on the ground.
That made me sound stupid. I thought he had more Revenge stacks. I thought it was going to be 70. It was only 47. Well, only 47 off a command grab. But up smash will get the hit. You got him to 60%. This is going to be a down throw fair. If you can get, you try to go for down throws the last few times, going to read the jump on? No, he mixes it up with the get up attack this time.
We've barely seen any get up attacks from Beastly because it's such a reactable option if you whip it, but he's got to play with this lead. The crowd's gotten loud for Beastly already, and you know, RGB and Austin, they also all want BullHall to live. We go to last stock. DFW is shouting for Beastly.
You can hear it. You can hear the crowd going back and forth between the two, but that's a jump on that got covered by Nair, and going out towards the side to avoid the downer. Down throw into multiple up airs into Darkest Lariat, getting into an even game.
Don't take your eyes off of it. Beastly gets to center stage. Reacts to that landing, jabs, puts the cat off stage. Can he get back to center? Beastly's stage control has been amazing so far.
He's being super aggressive from ledge, and Beastly's punishing him for it. But now BullHall has a ledge jab, gets punished by the forwarder on the way back up, trying to go for a grab, but down tilt, and misses the late hits of Nair. However, Darkest Lariat not going for the lone whip, holding on to it right now.
Multi-hits coming through, down throw, Beastly DI'd in! He was afraid of the forward air, and instead, he got the back air. The game is over. BullHall clutching it out with the cat, sending Beastly down to losers and booking his trip into top 8.
What a performance right there from BullHall, able to keep his composure even with those good leads that we saw out of Beastly. One thing that was consistent is the ability to play the late game, because Beastly was starting to lose that lead that was dominant in game 4, but was able to clutch it out. But in that one, last stock against Incineroar with multiple ways to kill you, not even just off the grabs, gets so scary. There's no other way to put it, and BullHall able to get a big W there and moving himself forward into, I believe that was a top 8 qualifier as well. That's going to be an Incin in top 8.
Winner's side top 8 as well. This character is crazy, and just, again, like you said, he gets his hands on you, you can die. And the trouble is usually, can I get my hands on you? But like you said, when Beastly was getting so close to winning those games, he would get aggro, and in that last moment where BullHall got that grab, right, he was afraid of that forward throw, right, didn't want to DI out. Maybe think, oh no, I'm afraid. You can react to that forward throw though, and instead, because he DI'd in on that down throw, which is not as reactable, he ate the back air instead because Incineroar's got great jump height. He can get up there.
I think the thing with Incineroars early on in this game was I don't think they really understood like their neutral yet on what they wanted in their ledge trapping. This character continues to show up further and further. A lot of it does have to do with the fact that we have so many characters that a lot of their bad matchups are kind of disappearing. Like, we're not seeing nearly as many Palutinas and stuff as before, but they're all figuring it out, and they're continuing to perform well. We see, you know, SkyJ, of course, constantly performing well. We see just now with BullHall, 6 AM up in the northeast side, and I'm forgetting the other one. There's another one that begins with the letter M.
Well, you might be thinking of the old days in Magister, who used to
live in DFW. No, not Magister. There's another one that is performing well of late, and I apologize that I can't remember your name, but there's a lot of them of late, and it's really impressive to see with another problem.
Mystery Soul.
Mystery Soul.
Mystery Soul.
I knew it began with an M. Yes.
PNW and Sin. Yeah, it took me a second. You know, when you get put on the spot and you have to try to think of it, I just go, Panda's social media manager plays in Incineroar. I know Jet plays in Sin.
True. Oh yeah, MRW as well.
Oh yeah, MRW.
I'm just gonna name them all.
Yeah.
Sharpie out in DR. There's a lot of instances.
Yeah.
This character's good. Actually, MBA also has quite a few. You see, there's another one over here. I have a pocket one. We're everywhere. I'm not,
as if, you know, it's almost like Incineroar is very easy to play because he's a big dumb grappler that does 60%
really
one hit if you.
He is easy to play, and he's fun to play.
And he's fun to play.
That's another thing.
Incineroar is the Donkey Kong of this game.
Donkey Kong's the Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong is also the Donkey Kong of this game, but spiritually, I feel like if you went back and you like would play DK Dittos on Smash 4, you play Incin Dittos in this
I feel like Incin has almost kind of become like the Ganon, because like in Smash 4 we had Ganon Dittos constantly, but now Ganondorf, like, we don't see that as much nowadays.
No, it's because he's even worse in this game somehow. I don't know how it happened.
No, he's definitely better than
Well, he's better than Smash 4 Ganondorf in a vacuum.
Somewhere, some way, Rickles is feeling what we're saying right now. We're going to get into game number 1. However, though, Peach versus Snake, this is one we see a lot, but we're going to see it on the side of MuteAce and Chronos, and MuteAce continuing to just, like, climb the ranks of the best of the best. Incredible run over at MomoCon, and continues to perform well repeatedly, but Chronos is really just impressed me so much with that play. How do you deal with MuteAce's incredible advantage they control them?
Yeah, as Chronos, that is going to be the question, right? MuteAce has maybe the most solid fundies out of any player in this game short of MKLeo. It is just amazing to see how well he understands the game. With the jump gone, though, Chronos would have had a free edge guard, but MuteAce had the wherewithal to side B into the Nikita, and I can't believe he was ready.
Canonically confirmed, cakes are stronger than missiles. Yeah. Just so everybody's clear here.
And
we're on the same page.
We've invested all of our budget into C-Wiz systems and missile tracking and NORAD. We could have just done that.
We need to invest it in bakeries. That's what we need
to hire the women.
Yes, I agree.
Women in STEM, am I right?
So right now, MuteAce currently trying to invest in more money in that bank account the way that they're playing, but 143, any straight hit pretty much from Snake will take this stock. Ooh, great defensive options though, avoiding this entire edge guard.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, right? MuteAce, the fundies are there, but Chronos throwing out that lingering hitbox, knowing that if that final hit of the down air connects, boy, it does a lot of damage, and the knockback would have been enough to take the stock, and it did.
Frame 3 there. Somebody approved that. I have questions. I need answers. I don't know if I want to hear the answers, but that move is so good out of shield and also covering ledge. And that move, we saw Chronos allude to the idea he would do it against Jonhy earlier, but I think it wasn't necessary because it was Sephiroth. But that forward air leads to so much damage if he connects it on a tech chase.
Chronos loves to do the saucy stuff with Snake. Like, this is somebody who plays the game for like for the love of it, right? MuteAce, though, fair onto the grenade. That's the fact that the fair reaches far enough to even hit that is just insane to me.
Yeah, she got hands, and she's ready to throw them at anybody. Like, but the back air is going to come through. However, we're at Snake's happy range right now. Anything works for him. There it is. Whether the back air or the up tilt, Snake wasn't dying just yet. But you were at kill percent with him, and those trades always benefit him.
And now you get to play with the lead against Peach, which is just such an uphill battle for her because she does not get to press the issue, right? She can get up close, but it's ultimately on you to make a mistake that she can capitalize on like that roll.
Yeah, and MuteAce is one of those people who is amazing at that, capitalizing on the missed tech and catches him with the forwarder.
I mean, the platform play, the setups, MuteAce knows, right? He doesn't always have crazy true combos to get his kills. He can't just open you up for a confirm off of any old hit, but he knows how to set you up for those situations. And when you're in the corner, you better watch out against the Peach. I thought we were going to see the forward throw into the fair.
I thought it was going to be that or the side B, but the thing was it's a little bit too high. But I think the only reason why Mute isn't going for as many of those big strings is because frame 1 grenade is sitting there. So if your combo isn't frame tight, that's going to reset neutral for Chronos.
And you have to be, at that point, you're basically buffering that combo, right? You have to believe from the get that you're going to hit that. MuteAce hovering around this C4 is so scary, but he knows that Chronos isn't just going to let that free stage control go so easy.
Now for Chronos, you are reaching that range. Yeah, bro. You can't do anything about there. Like, the moment you were committed to that site for Jonhy, you have to wait a little bit before you can try and air dodge out. That was really smart positioning from Mute, and you had to get that edge guard. Because if you didn't get that kill soon, you were going to get pushed to around 100 up till start to kill.
I mean, that's literally how we saw Chronos beat Jonhy, was just playing that long game and knowing that eventually my up tilt's going to do the job. I'll get you to a point where eventually I will be able to kill you. That's how we saw that first stock get taken too. It was just, okay, now I throw out the lingering back air, you run into this, you die. Even if it's a trade, I'm cool with that.
And Chronos still continues to impress me. Like, I'm really liking the way we're seeing him play so far. Even after losing that first game, he never plays like he's playing to not lose. That matters so much once you start reaching a certain point. Because there's the tiers of the best, and then there's that, like, just below them range where you see, like, you know, your MuteAce, like DD kind of coming up there now, Shadic. Like, everybody's, like, who's performing well. but you have to be able to play with confidence in those positions, and Chronos doesn't let those deficits he's looking at get to him. Even right now, he's getting beat a lot. MuteAce has to make sure he just smothers that confidence.
I mean, we saw it against Jonhy. Chronos just does not deviate from that game plan if he knows that there is a shot for it to work. He's got the Peach stuck right now. Tried to get the tech chase with the down air, but Mute out of range. Peach has a pretty long tech roll. Can Chronos get the setup for the kill? Parry, trying not to get the C4 stuck on him.
Yeah, and all those compliments I was giving to Chronos, like another compliments I give to Mute too. Mute has been here, and Mute is starting to reach that next tier. Mute is doing amazing at not getting hit by some of the mix-ups that we're seeing out of Chronos. And honestly, even though you got hit by that, that's better than taking the ledge trap.
I was about to point that out. I was like, honestly, if I'm MuteAce, I'd prefer that outcome. And maybe he did it on purpose. Who knows? Again, he's smart enough to know, right? He's so fundies build. That is something he'll do.
It could be one of those moments where you're just gassing it up. But it's like, yeah, I intentionally took the hit. No, I just took the hit.
I like to give them the benefit of the
I love
doubt.
doing that too, because sometimes it is something you can go back and think about. Because knowing the right time to take the hit does matter. But Mute playing well with the lead and delaying the get-up option to not get reacted on the tech chase was actually really smart there.
And I wonder if he was actually waiting to see if Chronos would turn around, knowing that the first idea is that you're hunting for that roll back, but if the snake turns that way and the Peach isn't already over there, oftentimes they'll just assume that you're not going to go over there and they'll chase you the other way. So Mute says, right, that's a safe zone now. Great shield. Twice! He stuck him twice and MuteAce dodged them both like Naruto.
You are actually an animal. You are protagonist privileged right now. Plot armor, I don't know what else to say. But are you going to get around this? Well, yeah, it's Peach. I forgot. Float. The danger zone means absolutely nothing to Peach.
There is no such thing as danger zone. I don't care that there's another Top Gun movie. MuteAce is the top dog right now.
From playing with the lead so well, reacting to the neutral getup with that punish as well. Perfectly played. MuteAce with a huge lead right now.
And again, playing ahead against Peach feels so good, but playing from behind against her is rough because you know that she's happy to take some trades here and there, and these early percent combos are just sure as God's got sandals, she's going to hit him.
Yeah, and for the thing with Chronos, we were talking about the confidence before, Snake is one of the best characters in the game, but playing with the lead can struggle a little bit depending on the matchup without the lead. Because there is zero reason, except for the fact that Mute realizes he's up a stock right now to push advantage. You don't have to approach. You're just doing it because you know that your neutral's better right now, so you're getting that damage on. But for Snake, you require someone like that to approach you to get that damage, and Chronos can't find it.
Mute knows that Chronos is the one that has to make a big play. Mute just has to be slow and steady. And he's barely able to live that up air, which I'm shocked by, but this is all he needs. If he can get set to last stock, like immediately right now, even if this Nikita takes it, which it doesn't, he knows that the Snake's at 127. He just needs a big aerial on the side of the stage, then he's going to be able to take it. But that's that tech chase we saw from Chronos once today already. Puts Mute onto that last stock. We'll see if this comes to fruition.
Okay, tried to buffer away and gets the tech back on. This game could go to a forward air, by the way. That spike is not going to happen because Mute found him all the way up in the skies, took him out with the up air, but the clutch play of Snake going for forward air is on the table around 30-ish%. So it was good that Mute, once again, very similar to what we saw with that second stock where he started to hold forward a bit in pressure, doesn't let those leads get away and doesn't let Chronos get reset to get something going.
Mute is never one to easily give you momentum in a match. Even if you start getting it, he will shift his game plan to be right. I'm going to stop you from getting that momentum. I'm going to go defensive. I'm going to start floating. I'm going to see if maybe, you know, you overextend a little bit and then I turn things around. Now it's my control of the game, and that's been the problem for Chronos. As Snake, you want to be able to make somebody feel like they're suffocating under all your projectiles, but Mute is so good at not letting that happen.
I really like how Mute did the dare into like fading back retreat, like dare on shield again. Not getting hit by the forwarder on the platform when he had the like action read, but a little bit early on the trigger with that, so he's getting up auto canceling it. So Chronos has gotten some reads, but they're not actually connecting now.
Again, it's just not the big damage that Snake usually can, and against fast fallers, right, things will be a little bit easier against characters that don't get to mix up their landings as well as Peach does. Snake does much better in those situations, but because Peach is floating, she does have to stay up there longer, and that gives you time to set up your traps, especially at the ledge. Chronos gets the Nikita out there, takes that first stock.
He's gonna go ahead and get himself a lead for the first time in this set. Now, can you keep it? We said it before, Snake, one of the best characters in the game at playing with the lead, but for Mute, doesn't really let that happen for too long. Mute is playing at like a really uncomfortable range for Chronos. to comfortably try to get anything set up again. It has barely been hit.
He's not giving him the space to whiff anything, right? He is just outside of that threat zone, but then after that, nothing for Chronos to do. And Mute also just took 30% when Chronos was in hit stun.
Yep.
Wow, Snake is broken,
Welcome to the Snake matchup. Catching with the down air, very smart, and Mute not going in early, not going to get caught by the C4. But for Chronos, every single hit matters here. Every single bit that adds up is so crucial to you. It's sitting at 140, still not dying.
Now back air, gonna put Mute right back into the corner. This is what we've needed to see more from Chronos. The survivability as well. Going low, Mute was ready. Forward air, took out the Cypher. Wouldn't even matter though because that hitbox extension lets him slap right down onto that big Snake head.
Yeah, I think even with like where he got hit, if he somehow, some way managed to live that, Mute was gonna react comfortably and get back in. But we're talking about the Mute strings not happening too often in this matchup. Free 59%.
And does finally get that tech chase. Chronos has been looking for that all the time. And MuteAce, all he had to do was do the no mix-up, but Chronos was also right on board with him there. Again, Chronos does not throw away a game plan if he feels like it's working.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And for Mute, like you were saying before, look forever. Oh, doesn't get the regrab on it, so that's really big for Chronos. But Chronos holding the lead again and doing exactly what he needs to do. He was looking for the stick, however, on shield, but Mute went airborne.
And now does have the back air. It's Chronos airborne, not of his own volition. Will go high. Back air clanking with that turn up so that he doesn't even have to worry about the landing. Tomahawk from MuteAce, but you can't pummel Snake if he's got that grenade in hand because you'll detonate it and lose your grab advantage.
Yeah, and then falling through, baiting the idea you're going to go for a grab or something on that platform to get the falling up air. Gets him, but the tech comes through for Chronos, gets the Cypher knock away, and the back air doesn't connect because the forward air was quick enough to get the hit.
Chronos sitting at 180 now too. Any stray aerial from Mute will do it, but with this rage, one up tilt from Chronos, and he just might do it, and he just barely misses out on the KO. Second one, way sweeter than the first though. Chronos not really happy with the way that game had to be won, but you take it regardless, gets himself on the board.
100%, and I believe that sure is accurate to where he's from as well, because if I remember correctly, that whole PR fiasco was involving Colorado. Really performing well, and I'm loving seeing what we're seeing out of Chronos because the Colorado scene is not one that I'm super familiar with. We don't get to see it too often, but what we're seeing out of Chronos here, this dude is good. Like, MuteAce had pretty much a dominant control of advantage throughout the entirety of game 2, but when he finally got a chance to control a lead, he did not let it go. He did not relinquish it. And that was really good play. Can you repeat it, though, is the question.
Well, when you're on a smaller stage, you're going to have to be so much more ready to make quick decisions as a Snake to be able to maintain that. That's one of the reasons he loves PS2 is that he can create some space, he can back up, and he can still set up those traps. But here on small battlefield, Mute gets to keep things close quarters, and Chronos has to be way more precise with where he's putting his projectiles.
Oh my god, talk about close quarters. Chronos is playing air-to-air super well now. He's not holding back at all. He is swinging, and that's what we saw what was so good against Jonhy earlier, was those back airs and the way that he kept meeting him before he could get any of his nair started.
I think what we're going to see right now, if the game goes back to grounded, we're not going to see a whole lot of Mute using float because he just played out 2 straight neutral interactions, heavily using the float to try to bait something out from Chronos. Now he's going to switch it up. You see right here, now he's going for a lot of tomahawks instead.
Yeah, I mean, smart idea, to be honest. You need to try and mix up the approach as much as you can. That back air coming in again, though,
It blew up the other grenade.
Yeah, that was actually the best thing that could have happened to you there, because you were able to get off ledge basically for free because of that.
It felt like I was playing Apex again. I'm just standing there and all of a sudden 2 people in a squad just double nade me across the map and I'm like, okay, I'm down, I guess.
I just realized that Mute has figured out that Chronos is only going for reads. He's not reacting on those down throws because Chronos is always positioning himself where he's hoping they're going to go. So for Mute, it's like, well, I can wait a second. That grenade toss up though, giving him an extra stall for the recovery. Very smart. Got him back on, but do you survive this back air? Oh, actually, wow, never mind. Good mix up there with the throw. Gonna get him stage position again.
We'll see MuteAce once again trying to close out this ledge trap, but that high grenade toss, man, Chronos has been using them so smartly in disadvantage. It's not just, I'm gonna mash grenade, hold it in my hand, or roll, you'll trade with me. It's been, I'm still gonna get stage control out of this. Now with that up tilt, taking control of the game with the lead.
And with 184 on the side of Snake, straight hits that aren't kill moves will keep him alive for at least a little bit. 201, but you can get like 40% out of this. As we see, there it is. 40%, 57,
exactly
it's still going.
Ajax can see into the future. You all need to know
We have discussed this quite a few
We have
times.
discussed this before. Ajax can actually see the future.
All right, so let's put it this way. I have the feeling that there's probably going to be a Mr. Saturn or an RNG-based like pull within the next 2 to 3 pulls.
That's a big read.
It hasn't happened in a while.
Okay, that's a big read. We've seen one Stitch Face, which does so much damage, but we haven't seen anything special aside from that. But Mute hasn't really had the opportunity to do a lot of those turnip pulls. And there again, we see Chronos looking for the reads.
Yep.
MuteAce just punishes him straight.
Again, not reacting, going for reads. So MuteAce is waiting for him to do something first and then punish him after. But the Nair into dash attack, getting this damage on at 223 after that hit. It took forever for him to die.
This is the Peach problem, is that sometimes it just takes forever to take those stocks. Big damage here from MuteAce. Combo puts him right into range of those explosives, though. 83%, all Chronos needs to do is connect something like a C4 or an up tilt with a couple more hits, and we go to game 5.
Also, we're going to count that winky face. Right?
Okay, sure.
No, it's not enough.
Does do a little bit of extra damage. I can give it up.
Okay, I was wrong, but the option coverage was not covering so much there with that toss-up, and MuteAce getting himself slowly back into this game.
That turnip was about the face that I'm making right now, seeing this comeback happen. Whoa.
Yeah, for Chronos, this would be one that hurts. If you lose this one after that huge lead that you had before, but just get the stick.
Mute's been really good at avoiding the sticks. I think the C4 is on the Snake now. Might have transferred back when he went for that down throw. Mute's got to be careful.
I'm trying to see where his position is right now. Okay, it's over on the side. Look at it. Once again, going for the roll in, but that time you're stuck against the ledge, and then he goes for the roll anyways because you're afraid that you're probably going to get hit by the F-tilt at that spot, but he doesn't happen. We talk about the no mix-up. Mix-up's like, look, I'm just going to keep going for it. Eventually, you're going to fall for it.
And honestly, I don't fault Mute for that, too, because like you said, Chronos has mostly just been going for reads off of those down throw tech chases. And if you're going to go for a read, right, you're in the corner. Most likely, the option that MuteAce chooses, most of them will put him in the corner.
Yep.
And yet he still went for the up tilt read, and it was smart. He's just on another level of Jonhy.
Oh, look at Chronos. Look at him. He's feeling good about that. He's definitely feeling good about that.
He's giving us the look, too. He's like,
yeah, that is a confidence feel after getting that W right there. So moving into this next game, after playing with that lead, able to control the pace of the game, getting himself back. And I know I saw a couple people in the crowd up at the front there cheering him on. Well, you better start to get ready for it here because it could possibly happen where he moves forward.
Turnip. Got the dot eyes. I count that.
All right, see, yeah, we're gonna count that one. We're gonna carry it over. And whenever it happens, I'm just gonna act like I called it.
Okay, that's fair. You know what? I'll give it up because you deserve it. You're one of my best friends, and you deserve those things.
Look for friends that hype you up even when you sound stupid, and I appreciate that, Komoda. But
AJ, you sound beautiful when you're stupid.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know how I should feel about that one.
The backhanded compliment of all time. But MuteAce right now trying to give Chronos the backhand, stop him from closing out the reverse 3-0. Remember, MuteAce won those first 2 games, but Chronos has been on absolute comeback trail, evening up the set at 2-2. We'll see if Mute keep this going.
I like what Mute tried to do. He held onto the grenade and shield and then made it look like he might toss it so you can make a get-up attack there and then get the hit off the grenade. But Chronos seeing through that didn't fall for it. 141 though, we already saw before. Snake can live these, so it's pretty much you have to find that kill move, and that's only beneficial for Snake if he continues to trade with you while you hunt for it too much.
Oh, and honestly, I think the bigger problem for Chronos here is that Mute got off to such a hot start that he's been able to slow down the game. Because before, MuteAce had to approach through the minefield, the literal minefield that Chronos was setting up. Now Mute can sit back, pull turnips, just hop around and wait for Chronos to commit to something. Yeah. That's why he gets that first stop.
That was good shield discipline on the side of Chronos, but that was even better patience on the side of MuteAce. Not to pull the trigger early, going for a back air on shield while he was waiting around those grenades. Now 96% on the side of Mute. Another couple trades. Now definitely will up air. Are off the platform up tilt. We'll take this out.
And that's what you're saying, right? When you're in the advantage, you can't. He's actually just looking for roll in every single time. I don't think I've seen Chronos try to cover a roll out once yet.
Yeah, I've been trying to like cover it like he's looking for all this stuff, but at this point, he's gonna save it for the very last stock.
Oh no!
Where he decides to go for the forward smash read on like the roll away. Like
no, that's what MuteAce will think. But Chronos once again.
Yomi layer number 17.
We go deep. Okay.
Oh, see, he finally goes forward, but
see, this is what happens when you change things up.
So he should have just walked away.
Never try anything new. That's the best way to live life.
That forward air is always going to be what gets it done for you, though, and that is a huge lead on the side of Mute. We saw the last game where Mute almost brought it back all the way. It's time for Chronos to show he can do it, too. Trying to find a Nair hit into the confirm for up tilt.
Instead, he's going to go for the down air, carry Mute over into the corner, but it's not enough to take it, and he's just flying high. I mean, get Peach a NASA sponsorship. Like, I don't know what Mute's doing all the way up there, but 184, he's found his way back to the stage and using a lot of float.
Look, MuteAce, or Peach in general, is doing the proper thing, converted to green energy. You have any idea how much it costs for Rob to fly around with that LB? With float, you're efficient. But that up tilt is also efficient. On to down throw, plus 160, as we've seen for a long time, will always lead to that kill.
No turn-up opening here for MuteAce. Chronos playing around the invincibility very nicely, but definitely going for a lot of burst movement that's given MuteAce opportunities to swing back. Just hasn't gotten the big connection. And another big thing is that Chronos can't just hold on to grenades all game. You start taking those trades, that's just going to let MuteAce get to that kill percent for free.
Yeah, but look at how this game has kind of changed. Never mind. You got slapped in the face. I'm sorry. I don't say Chronos has been so good at defense and then immediately takes a full crown to the face.
MuteAce has just been so good at subverting our expectations this set, and even DIing in on that grenade.
Yes, I was about to say, that DI in changed a nair drag down into dash attack, which would have put him at about 50 plus. That forward air is not going to be enough because of the fact that Snake is heavy. Another one will do it, though.
And Chronos knows it only takes a solid aerial. Basically anything from MuteAce here, except for an up air near the stage will do it. And Mute just is waiting for one swing that he can punish. And look at the spacing, it's so perfect from Mute too.
Now, if you're Chronos, you're playing for the big play. You try to get rid of this stock, and then you go for the big play of that forward air or forward smash. You try to steal the game, which could still happen because we're at 181. We saw him go to 200 plus last time, but that turnup's going to force him to have to take an aerial, and that air dodge is going to get covered by it. As soon as he caught him with the turnup, you were pretty much done. The writing was on the wall, and MuteAce gets that winner's side top 8 spot.
That is so big for him. Being able to shut down what looked like it could have been a reverse 3-0 from Chronos, but pulling in so many adaptations and being able to take control, right? Not playing to not lose, but playing to win.
Yep.
Like you were saying, that was one of the big reasons that MuteAce was able to hold the reins the entire time there in that final game. And honestly, I would expect nothing less because we talk about how MuteAce recently moved to Texas, right? He's here trying to defend DreamHack. But a lot of people don't remember is that at DreamHack Dallas 2019, the last time this event was held, MuteAce won that coming in from Florida. That was like his first defining major win. And now he's looking to do it again, but this time defending his home turf. And there would be no more poetic way to see this tournament end than for MuteAce to win it. That's why I like seeing him winner side top.
Trying to get that defend the title, but still awesome. Also, I just gotta compliment Chronos one more time.
Chronos is
like
so good.
MuteAce is an immaculate talent, extremely hard to deal with. Chronos brought that to Game 5 and played it very well. Like, not overextending when it wasn't necessary, not getting reckless with too many projectiles to try and get the party started, and also not rushing when it was not smart. So the fact that Chronos is able to keep himself in that game the whole time, I like the mix-ups he has, I like a lot of the options he has. It's been really impressive to watch. I cannot wait to see more of it later because he's going to be taking a trip to the loser side, trying to get himself into top 8. But first, we're going to see the return here of Lima and some more Snake action.
Yes, some more Snake. I was about to say, if you were waiting to see more Snake, wait no longer. Ronnichu is here taking on Lima. This is our last match in winner's side to try to get into winner's side top 8. And it will be one of these two, and I honestly don't even know if we're going to see Lima play Bayonetta because Snake is by far and away her worst matchup in this game. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah, everything you'd like to do is just not going to happen. It's very similar to how Shulk is very polarizing against a lot of matchups, and then Grenade. There's nothing he could do. Everything he does is committal. It just he didn't see that future coming. But for Bayo, everything she wants to do is met by something that interrupts it. Whether it be the grenades in the middle of combos or the ledge trap game, you can mix it up as much as you want, but you're gonna get hit by something straight. So it's on Bayo to play very patient in this matchup.
It's the same reason why the Cloud matchup into Snake is also pretty bad in Shulk as well, for example, right? Because normally big hitboxes are amazing in any game, but they're also so bad against trap characters because you activate those traps with your hitbox. What normally lets you control the game is now making you take undue damage, and you can't safely put pressure on people.
But Ronnie making it very clear to everybody, he's like, look, I got that drip. Literally the jersey plus the whole fit out here with that drip. But Ronnichu is a menace that a lot of people don't get to talk about enough because we don't see him as many majors as we've seen others. but this dude is good. And he's also another really good CQC-based Snake. We're going to see that potentially here, but main thing is you want to play at that range to force Lima to approach and then get your free punishes.
Yep, that's why you like Battlefield, right? You get to sit under these platforms, and I wonder if we're going to see Lima use a lot of these bullet arts to just try to put on some damage from the outset and maybe set up for combos where you're not going to be able to just mash grenade early on because you're going to come out of hit stun so early, but that is exactly it. Against any other character, it's okay, free 70%. No, now you get hit out of it and you only get 30 max.
Yeah, the main thing is knowing how to reset your combos in the air if you're Lima. And also, I'm going to be looking at where Ronnichu's SDI habits are too, because I saw him. Oh my god, damn!
He said, try to pull a grenade on me again the rest of this set. I dare you.
I was about to scream a whole Spanish word that happens when you get hit by you get hit by moms on the way in. But that was incredible from Lima, changing the way that he controlled the landing there, trying to catch the up airs on the side of Ronnichu. Ronnie is now at that point where Lima can try to approach him because you're on borrowed time. The forward is not going to be enough off the top or anything, but 53% racking the damage up.
I love that Lima is just early on. He hit the one forward smash and then he does again to try and establish, right? You can't just land with grenade. I'm never going to let you do that. But Ronnichu did get his little jab into the up tilt, got that first stock. Now Lima, though, working on a ledge trap, didn't realize the grenade was there, but oh my god! I thought he had the La Chocla, but he actually teched it.
Like what Ronnie is, I like how he threw the grenade in before too to cover his options on his way back in because Bayo is going to be committing to something that probably gets hit there. But Ronnie is going to take the heals, going to take the back air, only 25% on the side of Lima here on the second stock.
I am amazed that Lima's gotten off to such a hot start, but again, like you said, when he plays with the lead, he can choose those engagement times a little bit more to his own liking. Now Ronnichu pushed all the way to the corner, right, trying to make up that space to pull those grenades, and Lima's just not letting it breathe.
Yeah, really playing super well around this, and like with that lead, you force Snake once again to have to approach at some point. That lets you get those trades. And even right now, all of this damage you're getting off the down air, you're still racking it up, getting them that much closer to kill percent on the last stop.
Ooh, and Lima, okay, Lima has called out so many of these empty approaches from Ronnichu as he does clean up that stock with the up air, pushing it to last stock. We saw one interaction where Ronnichu tried to do an empty land stick. Lima spot dodged it. That time, he tried to do an empty land grab at the ledge, and Lima was able to get around that too. He has been so in tune to Ronnichu's mix-up game.
Ronnichu is about 15% away from cheesing the game. We're at it. Cover everything on the ledge. Tries to get him with the up tilt. Ronnie's not going for the big play yet because he's playing it smart. He's trying to rack up the damage slowly and win outright. But that Cypher does get hit on his, he got his hit on his way out. Not gonna get covered by the air dodge on the way in because he was already stuck on the ledge.
And Lima knows that grenade's there, so Ronnichu has to retreat. Although, like you said, at these percents, it could be all Ronnichu set up until the up tilt to back air. The true combo comes in for Lima. These two are both laughing. They played so many sets against each other. But
yeah, this is a really good set. Also, I'm a big fan of Ronnichu's jab staggers and the F tilt 1 staggers because he's trying to get a defensive option out of Lima, because you can look for two things. A, Lima trying to mash a defensive option like trying to get a bash within so you get a free air dodge read or a free air dodge punish, or B, trying to maybe early go for a witch time and then you punish it. Lima has not fallen for that like once, except for that, jab one into up tilt earlier, but Lima's not really falling for that, so that's just really good defense on Lima. Eventually Ronnichu's gonna mix it up, just go for both, but I like the mix up attempts.
Ronnichu, like you said, he's very CQC heavy, and he plays Snake like he got a career as a boxer instead of a spy. Like, he actually loves to play that close range game, but Lima knows that witch time is very effective against Snake. He's just got to pick the right moments to use it, and that time didn't get his big punish.
Ronnichu is actually Fire Lord Ozai. Like, he actually he fights with the fire up close, and he's perfectly content with it. But now at 103, that don't matter because he got pushed all the way to the top corner. Yes, it does matter because this man is Snake with 5 Cs and he's still alive.
It's amazing that he had the DI to live that, because normally I see Lima put somebody in those situations and I just assume they're dead. Yeah, that's the kind of player he is.
Everybody dies there, except for Snake.
Except for Snake, and except for Ronnichu, because he had to DI straight into the corner. Good DI on that back there too. Actually, it wasn't great DI, but again, Snake is heavy enough that he's going to be able to live anyways.
Yeah, now if you get him over at the ledge, oh, had the shield up though.
He got baited to the 12,000th degree. That like literally Lima's a fish on a hook. Does get that stock right there, so the fish is biting back. But Ronnichu, the fact that he knew that which time was coming out, or even that he reacted to it, put up the shield and then had the punish, is so nice.
Oh, big damage. Oh, I wanted that to finish so bad. He was trying to get either a spot touch or get him to stay in hit stun off of that downer into the grenade, which would have led to that up air. Big damage coming in from Ronnichu. We talked about that CQC. He is just, his mix-up game is so good.
There's that bats within, like you said, that Lima could try to mash against those forward tilt mix-ups. Ronnichu not able to get anything back on it. You see him trying to take center stage onto that Pokeball. Gets knocked up during the grenade explosion.
He got sent away so fast during it too, that looks so weird. But Lima smartly waiting for the air dodge to punish that and capitalizing on it with that back air. See, that's how you change it. Chronos, where are you in there? Okay, so instead of just going for only the up tilt, deciding to mix it up and going in for the dash attack as well.
That's called the tech chase, my friend.
I still respect Chronos' option of down throw into up tilt every time. But we're going to see an even game here now. Ronnichu looking to try and put himself on the board, but Lima has been so good in these last stock situations. We've seen so many stocks fly off the side of the screen because people tried too hard to get something started. I think he's looking for it for a short hop ABK to push him away right now.
Oh, the setup off of the forward tilt, Ronnichu able to SDI out of the Bayo forward airs. Either of these two can land big, solid hits. Lima looked like it actually hit the grenade, but didn't detonate. It didn't do enough damage.
Oh, there we go. Witch Switch starter, but doesn't get anything as a follow-up. Just waiting for a defensive option. I think he was looking for air dodge down and in from Ronnichu, but he didn't give it to him.
Oh my gosh, and Ronnichu trying to make use of that low profile against Lima would have to commit to a really deep landing against him. But now, pushing him into the corner, he's able to just back up, and like you said, Snake doesn't have to approach against the Bayonetta. He can just set up his zone and say, good luck getting close to him.
Yeah, this is one of those moments like he who shoots first loses. Like, you can't be the one to rush too much. But now, Lima gets an opportunity. The Cypher's gonna go up, tries to cover himself with the Cypher. Back air on the ledge, still not enough.
And Lima goes out, turns around the Witch Twist out there so that he can set up with the back air, because if you're facing the Snake, you're not going to be able to break him out of Cypher. But with that back air, it is strong enough to break that 8% threshold necessary to punch him out of there, and he takes a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and for Lima, you understand, you were talking about all the resources that Lima uses to mix up landing coverage. Well, off stage too, you can follow Snake forever. You can stay with him for a long time, so you just wait, because once that Cypher's gone, they have to either A, air dodge, which is the primary option, or B, get aggressive on their way in, and usually that's not the right tactic, and Lima just waits it out and finds that hit, and that's why we see him up 2-0 right now.
And we go back to PS2, which is, of course, a Snake favorite, and I loved a lot of what Ronnichu was doing, right, where he said, right, I've got a moment to back up. He always wants to have control of at least one of these platforms, because what makes Bayo so dangerous is those crazy long combos, right? But normally she needs to land with a lot of special landing lag, because the more special she does, the more landing lag she does. And if she lands on one of those platforms with, say, C4 grenade, Ronnichu can react to that and just hit right back.
Yeah, that's one of the last characters you want to land directly on top of. It is a problem. 105 on the side of Lima. It doesn't matter at all!
La Chocla!
Stop on him. A couple people in the crowd said, please? But here we go. So continuing this lead right now, a 116, trying to cover him with the up air on the second place. Not in time, but Lima once again has just been playing this matchup so well, even with how difficult you were mentioning it was before.
I mean, he has just been, again, the spacing has been so necessary to be perfect, but not only that, the reactionary game to what Ronnichu is giving him. That time, well, it's giving kill for Ronnichu. Does get the first one. Lima only working with a % lead now, but it continues to rise as Ronnichu tries to get back to center.
This is an opportunity for Ronnichu, trying to control the ledge, but the instant ABK from ledge as soon as he saw the up smash come out. Doesn't matter though, because Ronnichu still gets him straight to 68.
Love that Lima's not trying to do too much. And again, he says, I showed you in the first game. Remember, this is a quiz. This is the final exam. Double bats within.
He's cheating. You talk about a quiz, you're cheating on the test. He's getting through every single one of these with bats within. Not disadvantage doesn't exist.
It's a trick question, actually. That one. Okay, now how do you cover my landing? Bats within.
The answer is you never will. And the back air is going to come through and get that stock from center stage at that.
Man, Lima just on a roll right now. Definitely within the realm for Ronnichu to take this game, though, as long as he can actually set up his zone. But he's been less and less comfortable pulling these projectiles as time goes on because Lima has shown so much good counterplay. And even there, spacing the ABK so that he doesn't hit the grenade while it's in Snake's hand. That's so precise.
Yeah, very well played. Now, the thing is, though, how's your clutch back there? We've seen how Lima's able to play around people on last stock and not lose control. And you need to replicate that here as you, you need to break that here. Otherwise, you're going to be going down 3-0.
And Ronnichu has been doing a lot of commits near the ledge that has allowed Lima to do instant ABKs back on stage. And that's just given him room to do something that you shouldn't be able to do against a Snake. And he knows that he doesn't have time for a big punish, so it's just the down throw off the which time.
Yeah, and didn't even get the back air as well, but Lima is playing so well right now, waiting for one missed opportunity to get a free edge guard, but the back air comes through, sneaks out that stock. Amazing
Adaptation there from Ronnichu, knowing that Lima has been looking for those opportunities to get those ABKs from the ledge. And now he says, right, well, I'm just going to stand here, wait, and the moment I get my opportunity, pop a back air comes out, and we go to last stock.
This is very easy for Snake to get back to an even game. It doesn't take much. How many times have we seen Ronnie find these drag downs like that? Gets the spot dodge read with the Eto, looking for a landing coverage in, and he has the grenade up. Lima is trying to find an opening, but it's getting grabbed a bunch, covers him. He had the coverage for the EBK, but Lima was so quick that he couldn't pull the C4.
Bayonetta's very light too, so if that C4 ends up connecting, she could be gone very soon, but Ronnichu's got to find his way at a disadvantage. Look at the weights from Lima. You thought Ronnichu was the only one who could mix up those 1-2s.
And that was really good too because of how many times we've seen Lima cover that air dodge, but you're forced to have to go higher with the Cypher. You already used your air dodge, so you had the back air, but luckily did not die, still sitting at 166.
This is Lima classic right here. Waits for the commit, drives the punish. Embarrassing for Lima. We've seen it before.
What in the hell was that? I don't even have an answer, but looking for the Nair, not gonna happen. We're reaching the ranges where a little bit more up tilt kills.
Lima doing the down throw, knowing that maybe he could get some extra damage with that grenade there. He only needs one solid hit, but at this point with all this rage, Snake only needs one solid hit.
Here it is. We're at that range now. If you make one mistake on the next mistake, he gives up stage position. No, he goes off the side. 213 coming in with Nikita. He's going to go off to the side, and an untechable back air. That's going to be Ronnichu going down 3-0. Lima keeping the game in their favor, almost losing it at the very end.
But what in classic Lima fashion, too. It would have been the most Lima way to lose a game I've ever seen, where he's been in control the whole time. Then he's like, I don't think I'm going to be ready to hit this combo.
What's this switch twist? Well, I mean, what is the switch time? What is this? What do I do with this?
Wait, like, that's a move. I didn't remember.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this here. Like, I know that he was in a low animation because I believe he was dash attacking at the time. So it's kind of scary to want to challenge at that point. But still, almost lost the game of it. Doesn't matter though, because that is going to be Lima getting themselves into the other side of winners semis. That is all of our qualifiers for the top 8 side of winners here at DreamHack.
And that will be MuteAce and BullHall on one side, and then Lima and Shadic on the other. So that is just a ton of different, that's actually all 4 of the major Texas cities, I think, or areas at least represented. You've got RGV, you've got DFW, you've got San Antonio, and then you've got BullHall coming out from, well, RGV actually, so RGV twice up there. So that's huge for them. And keep an eye on the bracket too if you want to find it on the Start DG to keep up with how the losers side develops, because we're going to be switching over to Melee.
Yes, we have found our qualifiers for KOF. We found our qualifiers for Guilty Gear. We found our qualifiers for Ultimate. It's now Melee's turn. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be switching up really quick to Melee action here at DreamHack Dallas.